there's a big shift in everything. I cut my hair. But no.
Right, that's right.
Yes, totally what this is all about.
Who are you?
I mean,
Why did that him?
But no, besides that, can you guess what else is different? It's pretty obvious.
If you can't tell, guys, we've moved.
Have we? Oh, this it's not green screen anymore?
Real twigs. Don't touch my antlers.
So welcome to season 3. It's most certainly been a while.
Yes, it has.
For the sake of people joining back and for the new people that are watching, hello. We are Dice and Dynasty. We are a D&D actual play podcast. So with that, why don't I get my players to reintroduce themselves one more time, starting with you.
Sure. How you doing? I'm Gregg. I'm a brewmaster based in Singapore, and I will be playing Anvil Heart. He is a dwarven warden, which is a homebrew class. Basically a cleric of the elements without all the healing. So I favor hammers and throwing dirt at people.
I am Jeannette. I am part of one of the main cast of R&T. Bornlöf Theater, in case you didn't know. I play Elea, an Aasimar war cleric, who is a little bit of angsty, emo teenager. Like, she has big armor and carries a big hammer and likes to sulk and glare at people.
Okay. Hi, my name is Pearline and I am not feeling well. I typically, I don't sound like that actually on a normal day. I play Ting, who is actually a shadow sorcerer, so she's a kind of a teenager like many of us are, and she's the one that's always seen with Cai Tao Gui, not your donkey.
Hi guys, I'm Kevin. I'm one of the people who started this campaign with John. It was an idea that we came up with at one of our earliest homebrew sessions in my living room. Anyway, so I'm playing Hansa. He is a happy-go-lucky teenage Kensei monk.
Hi, I'm Nicholas. I'm a teacher here in Singapore. I recently found out that some of my students are watching.
Do your homework.
Quiz them for extra credit.
What happened today?
Yes. I'm playing Wen Xiong, an Azure Dragonborn. Used to be a tinkerer, now I'm playing an artificer from the UA.
Yes, because we decided that it was a lot closer to what we had in mind.
Yes.
Hi guys, I'm Petrina. I'm resident Singapore nerd and geek. I play Kuirong, a teenager blood hunter who, at least at this point, seems to be human. Very, very angry teenager. So to find out why she's that angry, I think we're gonna stick around and watch the podcast a little bit longer.
You're not barbarian, right?
No. Hey, she might, just saying.
Come on, a tiny teenage barbarian girl? That's awesome.
Yes, I know.
Gotta be no.
And I am Jonathan, I'm the DM. I wrangle this bunch together.
Wow.
Meow.
Try.
Sometimes he has a cattle prod.
The truth is, I don't wrangle shit. They just do that thing, just like with them. Anyway, so welcome back, everyone, new and old. Welcome to season 3. So, before we begin, we actually have sponsors this time.
Yes. On top of the new location, we have people who are willing to fund our habits. This is exciting and dangerous.
Sugar.
Sugar. So today, if you can see, there's really nice tea cozies with. Well, that's
Covering
not
our
tea. Well,
drinks.
Greg's not holding tea.
It's
I have water.
It says tea.
Okay, it says tea. I'm sure it's tea.
Okay, you got it.
So this was sponsored by Sunny Paradise. They are a fantastic, friendly local gaming store, just close-ish to our place. And
Thank you,
they
guys.
They're really nice.
they not only sponsor the drinks, they actually handmade those coasters.
They have a really cool shop. If you know where they are, they're based in Queens, Alexandra.
Central.
Yeah.
Third floor.
They're a really nice place to chill and play games. Great people.
There's always a game every day.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so
thank you.
Love you.
Links below.
links on. We'll post a link on the bottom. So let us move onward to season 3. last we left off. Last season, our valiant party faced off against an invasion of Goliaths from Danan Desert. Aided by their allies in Shanwei, they managed to repel the invasion and face down against the leader of this warband, Tumor Batar, striking him down. Half a year has since passed as the party finishes helping fortify the town, among other shenanigans, I guess. You guys do weird shit. And now our party prepare and plan for whatever comes next. So, the 6 of you. This morning, you wake up once again in Wen Xiong's makeshift tent that's bigger on the inside for some reason.
Tent mansion.
Tent mansion.
Tent mansion. It's one word.
Tension.
Tension. I've got lots of tension.
You wake up in the morning, it's peaceful, quiet, dawn is still breaking. What have you done? That's 6 months.
Why don't we start? Why don't we go one by one?
Yeah, let's start one.
What have you been doing last
So in the last 6 months, I think when we last left off, I was helping train some of the troops to be a little bit more defensive, just being able to bring some of the strategy that I've learned in my travels to the town, how to form a shield wall, how to be less of the offense, more of the defense, right? Stop people getting in and breaching and stuff like that.
And you were also helping construct a secret exit tunnel?
Yep, secret exit between the two. There's the two mountains. Then you got the hole right here where you're getting out, and that's
The back exit.
Anvil's back passage.
Yes. Yay!
It lives still.
They put up a little plaque to you.
Yeah.
When the
I
war
keep
was
it
going
clean,
on in
though.
the
I keep
front.
it clean, just in case. You never know when anyone's gonna use it, right? So you just gotta, just in case, make sure that no one gets covered in. So it's always clear, plenty of fiber. I'm actually in fantasy world and a very early riser. So if the sun is just coming up, I will probably still be on the mountain watching it. And then I'll kind of trundle that back down into town, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes after sunrise.
Okay. Aaliyah.
Oof. If the sun is just coming out, I'm still in bed. Like, I would be, in amongst the pillows. If I have to wake up for any reason, I would be like, the teenage bedhead, eyes half closed, not registering anything until I've had like a big plate of breakfast foods. But in the past 6 months, I would have been training with the army, not training them, because I know Captain Leisha has been setting up this new school to train new soldiers after realizing that they were woefully unprepared for the invasion. But also, I would have been going around town and generally being helpful. Elia has, for her small stature, she's actually deceptively strong. So she's helping reconstruct buildings. She's using enhanced ability to help the workers, lessen their burdens. But also, she's been going between the Goliaths and the humans and generally trying to aid this cohesion of the Goliaths settling into this human settlement. She's suggesting, if you see a bunch of humans repairing the walls, maybe these Goliaths could come and help them, and she'll be there and introduce them to one another and make sure they're all getting along, things like that. And also in between times helping out, because I know Hunter, you're also doing some laboring stuff around the town. Whoever needs help, really.
Okay.
Helpful.
Ting Ting.
Helping.
I guess during this time, some of them are still injured, so I would help to heal those people, as well as teach them of certain medicinal things, properties, and all that, like what's good, this is good for what. And I remember in the middle of the market, there was this stoic man, Shi Sheng. So I would I would approach him, and I would slowly go to him and hopefully seek out his knowledge, and maybe he'll be able to impart some of it to me as well. And I think during this time, when everybody's healing up, reconstructing, building, all that, things are not that stable. So if Hanja were to provide meals and all that, Ting Ting and Cai Tao Gui would serve as a delivery service So we would go around delivering all the meals to those who are in need.
Poor Ting Ting, she's worked so hard, she's fallen sick.
Yeah, 我失声了.
Oh no!
At least she knows how to make her own pots now, right? So
Yeah, I'll try to craft some potions as well to get with my medicinal kit. So.
Okay.
Okay, so in the 6 months that have passed, Hansa has mainly been focusing on one major project, which, if you've seen our previous episode, the last episode of season 2, he started carving a memorial for those lost in the battle of Shanwei. And the memorial, to remind you, is supposed to look like one of the woolly mammoths, one of the giant mammoths of the Danan, holding a cherry blossom representing the YING.
A cherry
Empire.
blossom tree, not a
cherry blossom tree. Like it's a few of them. So it's a long, arduous process because it's a very large sculpting project. But sort of to also balance out so I don't just go crazy, he's also been sort of working to help settle the Goliaths, building like extra market stalls, some sort of woodworking, and also, making sure he's got food made every morning for the rest of the guys in the tent before he heads out. So every time they wake up in the morning, there's like
or afternoon in Elea's case.
Yes, whenever people wake up, there's like a pot of like porridge, sort of just like congee just sitting on the fire.
Soup kitchen.
Yes, like it's he's been slacking a bit in the creativity of the meals, but it's sort of just like it's mainly functional because he's quite busy doing his other projects.
I'll probably taste it, and if I'm very lacking, I'll just grab soy sauce. Give
Sure.
it the roll down. Okay.
And the other thing is also where he set up his workstation, carving the thing. There's the memorial statue. He's also doing some of the sort of cooking that then gets delivered to the town by Ting and Cai Wei.
Okay.
Well, for first thing is that Wenxiong probably did not sleep last night. He was probably working through the night. And the reason is he was probably missing in the first part of the first few months because he would have to go back to the volcano island and have a bit of a liaison, make sure the processes are due and they've not killed everyone there yet.
Have they killed everyone there yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Being the operative word.
Yes. So I'll make sure that the agreement between the volcano island and the Shanwei is still valid and they are still having this trading between them. So after, I think that will take maybe a few months at most, I will come back to the town, make sure my workshop is set up, and I'm going to start crafting some of my own magical items.
Okay.
The artificer has allowed that to happen. Okay. One would be, okay, you know what, I'll get into that during the game. But on this morning, I probably just finished one of them and I would be not sleeping, trying to finish up this project.
Okay.
6 months. So in the past 6 months, I would say the couple of things that Quirong were what I wanted to do. Probably help train the archers, teaching them some basic sword craft, bow craft, so they're not so useless the next time someone comes in and attacks them. So that's sort of one part of it. The next part of it is to help establish a little bit of a etiquette course, so to speak, for the governor, for the council, making sure that they know what they're going to say and do, etc., when they go up. So make sure they don't say the wrong thing when they happen to see someone
To be fair, the last few months before that, their idea of a governor was a country bumpkin.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like to imagine you would have dragged Hunter along to some of these classes.
Yeah, I'll be like, do you mind having a seat? We're going to go through some of these things.
After a while, you would have just given up.
Yeah, I would have just given up. And the last one is if Jingmei ever stuck around for that time, to try to at least start back that friendship relationship that seemed like everything was lost in the past few episodes. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. But yeah, that's 6 months in a nutshell.
Okay, so 6 months have passed. You look around, you can see that the town has definitely been revitalized by most of your efforts. Though the important question, deep down, you know the important question has not been answered yet. That is, what's actually going on? Why is it that the rest of the country is ignorant to this plight, perhaps, or why has no reinforcements been sent? And you can see that the town is fairly autonomous to a certain degree. They can definitely fend for themselves. They will probably not be able to survive a full-scale invasion, but skirmishes, they've definitely held their own. You can see that the people you've trained have definitely come a long way. Some of you remember training them to use a bow. At the start, they didn't even know how to hold a bow properly. And now they can strike their targets with accuracy, some ease. A bit more practice might be required. And we'll see some of the people he's trained, a mixture of Goliaths and humans, being able to pull off the, what's the term?
Defensive
maneuvers?
It must very be like Pinky in the Brain, kind of. One
Yeah.
small at the front, humans, Goliaths.
They're
at
not
the
all
back.
defensive maneuvers. Some of them are shenanigan maneuvers, but don't tell them that.
Well, from what we saw in the last the Goliaths that came off of the mammoths, a lot of them were children and
Yeah.
not so much the hardened fighters.
They were all still fairly young.
Goliaths.
So, and again, it is morning. Some of you still asleep, some of you making breakfast, I assume.
Training.
You'll hear a go, pa, 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 coming from the workshop.
Okay.
That's worrying.
I don't want to know.
Extra
Over
Halfway down
there.
the hill, hear that turn
You
around.
hear
Go back.
those of you at the tension.
Tension.
Yes.
New name.
Yes, I
Tension.
coined something.
So those of you in the tension, at least those of you who
Oh
are
God,
awake,
it's a thing now.
can hear footsteps coming towards the tent. They're small.
Like
They're
fast.
Light. They're light.
I'm training. So.
Anyone home?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Clack, 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 clack. Yes, coming.
I'm gonna be the first one to reach the door and open it.
You see a very familiar small goblin.
Is it 爆炸?
Yes.
Ah, 爆炸! Watch this! You see me take this crossbow. It seems to have a rather large barrel. As I just point it at, what do I point it at?
The tent? I don't know.
Like, I'll point it up into the sky.
Oh
Are we still in the tent?
Yeah.
no! No, he's opened the door. You're pointing it out the door.
I think I remember there was no roof or something.
Yeah, because
There's
we made up with saw and stuff. So like,
We have a wall.
put a roof.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll just fire. I'll just point it up and Balta, watch this. I just start pulling a lever and arrows just keep shooting out of it.
Oh, dear.
Ah, a repeater.
What are those shiny things coming out of the city?
So yeah,
What goes up must come down. Sometime.
Balta, a new invention. Ah, Balta, yes, you came here. What do you come here for?
We left something outside.
What is that?
I don't know, it went boom.
Ah,
Something went
Which one? I'll go and check. As I'm walking out.
Okay.
I'm inviting 爆炸 in for breakfast of porridge and a corn.
They
like
must-
one ear of corn and like a bowl of porridge.
King knows the porridge.
I know.
So, heading out.
Yeah. What went boom?
You see...
Oh no!
Is it finally dead?
No, it's not.
Ah, done.
You see a great contraption on so Xiao Bao, your pet Agali. I do this because he didn't exactly adopted it.
No.
It imprinted on him.
whereas I actually tamed one.
You see another goblin sitting on it with some sort of weird contraption strapped to the Argali. The Argali is fine.
What are you doing to this? What are you doing to this? Oh no, I'm becoming. What are you doing to this?
It's begun. So you see Balta's brother standing on top with what looks like small little baubles with like fuses.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
What's the objective of this experiment? May I-
What's going on outside?
He looks at you like he takes out his goggles like,
Yes. Can you guys see what's happening? What the baubles? will
make
do?
me an investigation check.
Yeah.
First roll.
Woo! 11.
11.
Plus 8, so 19.
19. Okay. So the baubles seem more like a mix. Like they're definitely not all the same. You can tell they're various alchemical reagents or flasks. As to what is the aim of this, you're not sure. You feel like it's one of those, can we do it rather than should we do it? It's one of those experiments.
Can we do what? I don't really care about Xiao Long Bao.
Wait, Xiaolong still has the thing stuck.
No,
He
we
removed it. He rolled to remove
Okay,
it.
I was like, oh, that would be a massive explosion.
Okay, while this is happening, I had probably come out to feed the Argali, our pet Argalis.
The other one.
The
And I assume attack.
And Chai Tao Gui.
entitled. Like I'm
Okay.
doing the feeding.
Okay.
I walk out and I see this. I'm like, do I want to know?
Again.
I'm just.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's,
I hit starts at the corn.
Yes.
Yay! Where?
Here, I pull out a.
Yay!
is that Cao Zha?
This Balta.
Oh. And the brother.
Cao Cao is on
On
the
the on
Argali.
your
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
Cao
so
Zha.
did I give the coin to Cao Zhao or Bao Zhao?
Balta.
Bao Zhao.
Yeah.
Bao Zhao wanted second.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Cao Zha, do you know what you're doing here? What?
He turns to you. Do I ever know?
No, you don't.
he turns towards you. Catch.
Oh, jeez.
Make me a dex save.
Oh god.
I'm smart wise. Oh, okay, 18.
18. You catch it in your hand.
What's up?
It's a good thing for me.
What's this?
It's just a ball. Looks black. And then you realize it's it's solid.
Okay.
Then you realize it's actually wet. And it might be tar.
Alright. And are there a lot of this on the Argali? Or?
There's a few.
Okay, so they're like
He's
little-
tarred the Argali?
He's tarred his hand specifically.
No.
Do we have feathers?
Eventually you hear like the machine, you see Taza pull a few levers, a few cranks, tug a few pulleys, the machine dies down. The Argali is still standing there. You can see it's a bit of a shell-shock expression, a very familiar shell-shock expression, slightly shaking. Taza just pops off, looks at you.
What?
I'm
What?
walking over to.
Bubble machine. I'm gonna call it a gotcha. I don't know what fires out. Random.
Sometimes you're right. So sometimes you get this tar. What's the grand prize?
Boom.
As it should be.
I am walking over and feeding the terrified Argali a sugar cube. like stroking it, feeding it a sugar
It's
cube. Like,
diabetic.
Well, think about Xiao Long Bao. I've already implemented him with several enhancements.
Oh.
Yeah, so the gacha
Is
thing.
that why it's what's the word they use? It
Modified.
looks, no, it has a PTSD.
Yes.
That's the fancy word they use in the
Go on.
volcano for some of the other scientists.
Pet trauma.
Ah.
Scientific discoveries.
Pet
Yes.
trauma? Scientific discoveries.
it's okay. The bad man won't hurt you anymore.
I will activate my artillery arcane turret on Xiao Long
Oh
Bao.
no.
So
While I'm stroking him.
coming out of a couple of his modifications, I'll probably have a couple of
A harness?
harness and a few metallic balls and board bearings around, so that once it activates, it will let loose on each of its limbs a certain brace. And each of them have a brace and have little spikes at the end. So he actually has a climbing speed now, and
He has a what?
so I'll activate it to move up a tree, perhaps 15 feet.
Okay, so Xiaolongpao climbs up probably the only unburnt tree at this point.
Does the goat have
Welcome
any
to-
say in this?
Nope.
Welcome to Dungeons and Body Horror.
And oh yes, I've actually added on this ability to Gregg. He has this ability. He gives everyone within 10 feet of him THP.
What?
Temporary hit points.
Temporary hit
Oh.
points.
Everyone
Good thing
gains
it's not
7 hit points.
THC.
So there's a little bit of a shield around you. You watch as it becomes like a few metal pieces launch onto you. Clunk, 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 clunk.
At this point, I'm not even surprised by anything that happens anymore. I'm just sort of like exasperated.
By the way, you notice that your own Argali, like a few feet away, not really a few feet, I'd say about maybe 30 to 40 feet away, just standing there, chewing the grass, chewing the food you've given it, looking at this horror. Go back to chew.
I'm gonna sit down next to him and go, you and me both. You and me both, buddy. You and me both.
I imagine all this clanking has probably carried over on, like towards the tent
Tension.
mansion and onto the second floor window, and so like Elea probably would have been woken up by all this like horrific like bleating and metal clanking.
Xiaolongpao climbs up to the second floor.
Oh God!
Is the tent mansion like a McMansion?
I don't know how Wen Xiong has managed to erect a tent that has like multiple stories. Just is, but you'd see like one of the windows open and this like blackest face just glaring out at it. Very pale face, but
So-
with a thunderous expression.
Okay, so Elia faces
And
the face
You know.
of a petrified goat.
probably she wouldn't have been expecting it. So you would have opens the window, the goat face is here, and you would have heard that probably would have
That's
tried
exactly the sound a goat makes.
Sorry, that's the sound your goat makes.
and you'll hear the from the inside you'll hear the tut 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 of someone running down the stairs and throwing open the door and going, what is going on?
I'm just sitting there next to my Argali shrugging.
And you'll see the pale face. I'm not in my heavy armor, so you'll see like a very slim figure. Yeah, she probably would still be in her sleeping clothes. Hair tousled and definitely very disheveled. Face even paler, like when you've not had enough sleep. Would she have kept her eyeliner and stuff on? Yes, she would have.
He's probably like dripping.
Not dripping, but definitely smudged. Definitely not happy.
This is what you've been helping me with.
Oh.
You help me out in the workshop from time to time, right?
Why
Come
is
down,
it on
come
the
down.
wall?
Come on. Meh.
Why does it look so unhappy?
Well, it follows me around, and I think that he should have some use in battle or outside battle. Should help everyone.
Okay.
While this exchange is going on, Tal's just gonna walk up to you, tap you on your shoulder, and he goes up to you. Can I get breakfast?
Inside, get yourself a bowl of porridge.
Ah,
Yay.
breakfast.
He waddles in.
I'm following.
Yeah, I follow. too.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Yes.
I'm just exasperated because this is an everyday thing at this point. Like this is not out of the ordinary for us. I'm just lying back on the grass next to my Argali and just going, to think I used to live a simple life.
Did you leave your Argali parked outside?
No, it's like 15 up. 15 feet up the tree. It's just over there.
I'm walking back from training,
Okay.
and I see this.
You see
goat,
Argali on the tree.
Can it at least reach
On
the
the tree?
leaves?
Yes.
Yes.
and I see Hunter on the ground.
Exasperated.
I'm like, did he?
Yes.
Damn it.
If a face palm could be a person, that would be me right now.
Have you eaten?
Yes, there's breakfast for you. There's a bowl. It's covered.
Thank you. Make sure the goat doesn't fall on the other goats.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep an eye on it.
How?
I don't know. And I'm like,
I
I'm
will
coming in for
attempt to catch
breakfast.
it.
Don't worry, he'll survive. He's giving everyone health. He'll survive a fall.
Just standing there radiating temporary.
Yes, he is.
People walk past like, oh, I feel great.
I look at this
I
odd
feel woozy
thing, but
again.
I feel great looking at this shit.
Metal fixtures are just flying over to everybody right now, and oh, they're attached by tar. Oh yes, yes. No wonder 吵架.
This is how we destroy a town's water supply.
And as that happens, it's like I'm like, I thought I showered. Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna shower again. Damn it, Dojo, you gotta.
I'm going to sleep soon. I've not had sleep. I've not slept the entire night.
I'm sure somewhere there's like some poor man sweeping the floor.
What the shit?
I mean, if you allowed me to place metal bits into your bodies, you would just have to be magnetic and wouldn't have to use the tar.
No, that's what armor is for.
There's a poor man suffering from claustrophobia who cannot pull this armor off.
All right.
Alright, so you convene around the table, have your breakfast.
At some point, I'd probably walk back in, going like, I have no idea what to do about the goat on the wall.
Oh, look, just let me control it, and just like it just starts remotely controlling him.
You
to
hear
calm
the-
down.
Can I
It's down.
can I like peer out of the wall and I'm like, it's left tar footprints on the wall now.
All right. We'll do something about that. Oh, okay. Let me just.
It's
switch it
also
off.
very fertilized the ground underneath it.
Yeah, I'll recall the arcane turrets and you'll go back into the harnesses and everything.
The arcane tar.
Turret.
Oh no!
So it begins, season 3.
It starts.
Well,
Nice to know
season
I've
3.
been welcome
We
back.
have turrets that fire tar now.
Hence turrets.
No.
Arcane tar.
Eventually you hear Baoza pipe up. What are we doing today?
Same thing we do every day, Pinky.
Take over the world. He looked at you, he was like, are you guys going soon?
We're going to the capital soon. I think that was the plan.
We should probably meet with the council and discuss what our next steps are.
Baoza pipes up. I was like, oh, you're going to meet the council?
Yes.
Remember, you're part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
I have a business. Do you want me to fetch to gather them first?
If you could, that'd be great.
Okay. He walks a few runs out.
Well, isn't he a treat?
More a snack, but
No.
Okay. So, right, we was just going to head off. Will we hit today or in a few days' time? I'm.
Probably in a couple of days' time.
Where's the end?
What time is it now?
It's about, after all the shenanigans and all
11.
that, about 7.
7.
What time does the sun
It's
come up?
no time at all.
Sun comes out at 6.
6? Okay. I mean, I know that. I'll probably be back around, 8.
You see tar on the
7:30,
tension, you see tar splattered across the floor. You see a PTSD-ridden Argali standing next to a more well-adjusted Argali. You see Taokwe just having the most like blandest face. Like,
Classically standing there chewing the cud.
yeah.
No judgment. This could be too many things. There are still people around. No one looks like
Yeah.
they. Right. Okay.
No,
everyone's
everyone's
inside.
dead. Some of them are like a metal pieces stuck on them.
Try
Like,
to pry them off.
Scott, I did not teach you to do that.
I don't remember telling you to do that either.
Although they're obviously taken after me and my lovely armor. That's what I assume. I like it.
and I assume you step into the tent.
Yeah.
We're all there.
Ericson.
Well, for a given definition of there, I'm not completely there.
We are all there. Not all of us are all present.
I'm building myself up to eating corn after 6 months.
So the
I'm nearly ready for.
Oh no! Don't worry. Like there has been very little corn in my like cooking for everyone. It's just that we still have corn, laying around
Like
it.
in
I've
place of the youtiao, it's like a cob of corn.
no, that's just for the goblins.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just eating. Like my hair is just fallen in front of my face, pink streaks, and like mostly black hair, just covering my vision to everyone. Not making eye
Is he about to,
contact.
after chewing his corn, pipes out a bit still has like corn kernels pop in his mouth.
Where's the capital right?
Don't speak with your mouth full.
Where's the cap?
What's the capital line?
I would look up at this question.
It's a big city. There are lots of people.
What's big? How big? Biggest volcano?
Do I know the square feet?
No. It varies depending on the season.
So do I know roughly how big the capital is? Like how many miles across? How many?
You know it's very
You
big.
know it's big.
Let's just how many times bigger than Shanghai?
Shanghai.
Wow.
Shanghai is probably about the size of one district in the capital.
Pretty much.
So it's like, I
10
don't know,
times?
it'd be 8 to 10 times.
Yeah, 8 to 10 times bigger than Shanwei. We have buildings like this, but made of proper structures, very high, very tall buildings.
What's proper structures?
Architecture. They actually have a good foundation and base.
Things that aren't meant to be moved around.
Yes.
Why don't we have that in the volcano?
Well, you know that they're going to get destroyed anyway, and like taken down for material.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You carries on
And-
nibbling on this corn.
Well, the capital isn't a great place. It's got lots of knowledge there, of course. It's got a lot of people who run the country. They basically run this whole.
A lot of people who are always too busy to be friendly.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a library?
Yes,
Yes.
several. The biggest I've ever seen. I actually, truth be told, I studied there long time back.
Where did you study?
The Royal Academy.
I know someone there.
The Royal Academy?
Yes.
What's a royal academy? Is it where they teach you to be royalty?
No, they teach you to be scholars. They teach you to be
They teach
people
you to
who
be
can do
smart.
research.
My ears super covered it.
The only,
Yes.
actually, the thing is, no, they don't teach you to be smart. Only smart people are allowed there.
They teach
So-
smart people to be smarter.
Yes. And they don't really give much for anyone else. They don't help. Like, I mean, they provide knowledge to those who seek it, but
Those that pay for it.
yes, those who pay for it. That's actually true.
Is there a bard college there?
There are bards there?
No, but there's a bard college near where I'm from.
There is a bard college. Okay, this is right now like information overload because
Yeah.
so I'll be like, there is a bard college. Yeah, and what's in the capital? Like, we have scholars there.
There are
Well,
several.
the Royal Palace is there.
Mhm.
I've been there once. It's very grand. Lots of jade.
Lots of jade.
You sound pretty jaded by the whole adventure.
The capital is jaded.
Jade, like that little cat thing you carry.
What, like? Oh, yes, this thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's
this.
just stone. But
But
what's
like,
so special about it?
I don't know. They say jade is magic.
Is it?
Well, it helps conduct magic, I believe. I mean, jade is very precious to many of the scholars and magic users. So, and we're currently conducting several researches on it. How jade can conduct magic like metal with electricity.
I've seen people snort jade.
You have. That's not useful.
Crunchy.
It's I don't get it. I don't understand magic. I don't really use magic. I've never had the mind or the ability to do magic. But I know it has something to do with magic.
Snorting jade.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that.
Research more.
Okay, but honestly, like, despite everything we've said about the capital, the one thing I do miss is that I still remember when I first got to the capital, we got there and there was this festival, and there was this one street where they hung these paper lanterns up, and they were all different and they were all lit up with candles, and it was very beautiful. And for that one moment, you kind of forgot that you were in this giant sprawling city where you don't really know anyone.
Do you have festivals here in Shanwei sometimes? They're quite
Yeah.
fun.
Not as big as the ones there though.
What festival is that?
It's the Festival of Lights.
There's probably the paper lantern district. The paper district, yes.
Yeah.
Paper district.
P-
Heard it's burned down a couple of times.
They have many wards against that. They know the dangers. It's better than oil district or the tar district.
I think we are the tar district now.
But yeah, the royal capital has many things, but mostly you know that they are controlled by the families, the royal family, the nobles. And that's actually why we're going there. We are supposed to head there and figure out why they aren't sending any help to Shanwei.
Sometimes you can't trust nobles. But anyway,
Well, sometimes you don't even get to talk to them.
that's right. That.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. Although I will be sad to leave Shanwei.
Me too.
I like the people here,
I like
They're
the
good
stage.
people.
but they need our help. We promised we would.
Yeah.
Why are we going to the capital again? I may have...
We need to talk to them about.
Sending reinforcements.
Oh, right.
Here.
Well, not just here, but that there's a looming threat coming. This king of the desert trying to unite the tribes to invade, and that that we have found a workable model, and that Shanwei is now existing in peace between Goliaths who oppose and the people of Ying who.
I don't know how they will react to the people of Shanwei having relations with the barbarians. I mean, with Goliath.
Sorry.
I mean,
It's
not-
bound to happen.
What? I mean, if they decided that the Goliaths were dangerous, they might deem Shanwei to be a rebellious state. I'm a bit afraid of that. But in
Are
that
there-
case,
Are there no Goliaths in the capital city?
are there?
Not really, no.
But they're nice.
They don't see that. They see more of what Goliaths are normally like. The
But the
barbarians.
Goliaths have been helping rebuild the town.
Maybe we can get influential people to come and have a look at the town themselves and see how they're working in harmony.
I highly doubt they'll come down here.
That's true.
I don't know, but at the very
Should we
least,
take a Goliath with us to the city?
I would think not.
They may shoot at sight.
Well, what does he guys say? What's wrong with here?
Corn.
Corn.
I think
there's nothing wrong with here. In fact, that's kind of the problem right now, is that this works. Us living in harmony with
These people.
the people of the area. And it's the fact that this works that I'm worried is something that they won't be able to accept.
It works because everyone's sharing things.
And I believe it's the fact that they actually went through a battle together, war. So it was only during that time of severe need the people allowed the Goliaths help. If it wasn't for that fight, I don't think the people of Shanwei would have accepted it either.
So people will always look upon the Goliaths as threats just because they're Goliaths.
I mean, look at just the sheer size difference.
I mean,
If you had some 2-3 Goliaths just walk up your door,
But they're great.
With-
I've been training with them. They're
that's
really
because
strong.
you know them.
Well, it's true.
it's hard for people who've never seen a Goliath in person to understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't
We should
forget.
take the smartest, nicest Goliath with us.
Should we take Belorma?
I think she needs to be here.
Well, it might
How
not
do we
be.
get into the city anyway? Like, how far away is it?
It's quite far.
It's at least
Do you want
weeks
a
travel.
geography or?
I mean,
So, those of you who have traveled, or
Yep.
those of you who have traveled, so I
Yes.
guess almost everyone. Give me a knowledge check.
I've never
Just
been
as-
there. I'm
Just
kind of
as-
walking towards it. I've never been to the capital.
Yeah.
History?
History will work. I love history.
I've never been to the capital.
Oh god.
Those of you who have actually been to the capital before, you get an advantage.
No, but 19. But because I have an interest in the capital because I
Oh.
heard that
Okay.
people are interested there.
Okay.
19.
19.
4.
4.
I'm concentrating on my porridge.
17.
That's concentration is
15.
28.
Dang, you remember that place well,
Not
right?
even, you were like half asleep. Capital.
No, you-
Capital.
Super
Spence.
triggered at the thought of the capital.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god.
Is it one of those things like, you're just like dreaming, but it's like, back in the day, like my college years, just like, oh, I used to get so pissed drunk, that kind of stuff.
I was just dozing off and I went through that journey within those few moments.
It's affected you so much.
Bloody capital.
So,
Yes.
those of you, so 19. 19, you know where it is. It is quite a distance away. You have heard that it is past the Jade Crown, the whole mountain range, where the city of Dongjing is. And even further past that is the capital itself.
It's very long.
Is it to the north, south?
North.
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 I got 17.
You mentioned.
Those of you who have been
Yeah.
there, who have actually been there before.
Yeah.
Not only do you know this, you also know that it can be an arduous journey sometimes. Especially if you wish to. The shortest route will be through the mountain range, past Dongjing to Chunjing itself, the capital. But you also know the mountain is the mountain range can be a bit dangerous at times. That's because of the high concentration of magic there.
I love the mountains. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Would I also know, I wouldn't say just topography, but general weather? Is it
In where?
mountain range? Like, is it the season where it's not only magic issues, but weather issues along with it?
Not on a 17, you don't.
Not on the 17. And not
On the 28?
on the 28.
On the 28, you know.
He's preparing the lecturers.
Oh, okay.
Start scribbling notes.
Yes.
I carried the weather for the next few days.
He presses the button, the goat walks in, transforms into a blackboard.
Oh, wait!
Oh
I can do that! I take a bowl or
Okay.
plate, which is currently empty. I use my magical tinkering and I move it. I tinker it with it a bit and I create 5 different visual effects. One of them being a picture of the Jade Crown, another one having the words for the current weather and the how far, the normal climates, the
like a smart
temperature
mirror.
range. The next one.
It's the
It's the weather channel.
No, it's not the weather channel. It's the flight information on the distance, altitude, time, and destination.
And the last one will be a
Temperature
visual
outside.
representation
Ooh.
of Shangwei, a little donkey over there, and the distance to so the donkey represents us.
At some point, the donkey has to go upwards.
Oh my god.
It's up a mountain.
Pass
It's past
the
the
mountain.
Is it going
The
to be
fastest-
cold?
That's
Yes.
the fastest way.
I hate the
So
cold.
you know that the mountain. So it's currently
I hate the cold.
summer.
I hate the cold.
Somehow.
I came from the desert and there's no way I like the cold.
It's currently summer.
I came from a warm place too.
Around tail end of summer.
Tail end.
So you know that in the coming weeks, slowly autumn will be arriving,
Oh no.
and you know that it will get colder in the
Oh
mountains.
boy.
But also because of that, the nature of the mountain is that magic doesn't always interact the way you want it to.
So I'm fine.
I know nothing about this.
Because I don't understand how magic works anyway.
You also know that because of the high concentration of magic, the creatures that do appear in the mountain are definitely not run-of-the-mill. You do recall that while you were passing through that there are people who hunt said creatures for medicinal properties as well. As well as some of the herbs that grow there are particularly special.
Are you lecturing us on that?
Yes.
Everything you said appears.
That.
Hold on. I dig up my notebook. It's like kind of scuffled.
I bet it's even a resource graph like
Okay, can you repeat?
I will share about how there's like the mountains have 25% iron. How many percent?
I'm pushing away my porridge bowl right now.
I'm gladly taking her porridge, just eating it. Oh, salty.
There are a few jade mines there.
Is it the
Not
Jade
everything
Mountain
now.
range, or is there one Jade Mountain?
No, the whole range is called the Jade Crown.
Jade Crown.
Right.
Oh, because
Was it like a shape?
Because it actually is like
Resembles.
semi.
He
almost like a
brings up
semicircle.
the image of the jade crown.
At first, it's a crown. It's literally like a crown made of jade. He's like, oh wait, wrong one.
Swipes.
Okay.
It's like the Etch a Sketch.
do we
the ball of water.
Jumbles.
do we know any trade routes that are normally used?
Would I know that?
No, because you're only on the west. You come from the west to the capital itself, whereas he's done the full range. Because he had to travel to Shanwei to go to the volcano.
Yes.
So you know there are several known trade routes. There's no exact one because
Having one is dangerous.
the trade routes they aren't always there. Let's put it that way.
Well, the trade routes aren't always there.
What, from here to the city? Or
There's several, and I think they probably come and go with the weather and some of the magical whatnots.
does it go past the East Shadows Forest?
Does it go past the East Shadows Forest?
No, because East Shadows Forest is east.
Okay, so
Sorry, it's west.
I feel like
East Shadows.
I would at least know the general direction. I know that there's
roughly.
Dongjing in between here and Cunjing.
Mhm.
So I'd probably say, well, our best bet is probably just heading to Dongjing the best way we can.
Dongjing. Dong means winter. That
Yes.
means it's going to be very cold.
Yes,
Oh,
it means the winter capital.
Ah.
It's at the top of one of the mountains.
Do we have to?
It's twice as long to go around the mountains,
Ugh.
and this is quite pressing.
Twice or thrice, depending.
Like if we take the long way around, we may reach the capital as the army from the desert invades. In which case, we would be too late.
Oh, well. Are there going to be good furriers on the way? There is. No one here
furries.
sells.
We
No
have a
one
couple-
here sells any warm clothing. This
I'm
is
sure-
not.
a
I'm
couple of Agale we could
Sheer.
make into hide.
No.
And
Well,
I
I think
stick a couple of these.
we can shear them without skinning them.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for them.
But they would feel cold. No.
But either way, I think once we get up the mountain, I'm sure they'll know. I'm sure people who live in the mountain will sell furs.
If we
Alright.
take our Galley with us, but we
Just
shave
shave
them,
like a
will they
disgusted
not
look
die? Because now they're too cold.
I'm not suggesting we shave them. I'm just
Oh.
saying there are ways that we can get Argali fur without having to kill them.
Do we have
Like the
fur coats here in Shanwei?
Yeah, you do now.
I mean,
Because you have a massive mammoth parked south somewhere.
Oh yeah, the woolly mammoth fur
I'm
coats.
not killing a mammoth for its fur.
No, shearing, just
Sharing.
shearing.
It's good for the mammoth.
Shearing is key.
It removes the weight, and it prevents disease.
Okay, I'm gonna believe you.
It's
Let's
like
turn it into an elephant.
Yeah.
Shave that
we
Shave
shear like
mammoth.
sheep and mammoths and just like stuff it in between two jackets and sew the two jackets together.
It's the
mammoth.
new.
Got plenty of hay.
It's the new Shanwei reality show. Shave that mammoth.
Yeah.
Then as the villagers compete to shave the mammoths as quick as they can.
Okay, so are you
Does the
gonna
mammoth block what their new house is? So you have to move the mammoth before they can see what's being made.
So I assume you're going to figure out how to shave the mammoths
Do we have to? We've only got a couple of days.
Yeah, can some tailors or some other people
Well,
assist?
Yeah, you could probably get a few.
We should have a discussion about the actual preparations and stuff once the council has been assembled.
I'm pretty sure those Goliaths know how to make hide clothes as well. They'd be the experts to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might have some already in one of theirs.
There were also
Could fit
plenty
three
of
of us.
dead Goliaths 6 months ago who
Just
might have
that
left
too.
their leathers around. Just saying. Kind of macabre, but you know, practicalities.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I think at least on our front, our plan should be Dongjing, and then from there ask the locals there the best way that they know to get to the capital. Because I'm sure they travel to and from the capital. I'm sure someone there will know
Some of them.
a practical way to get there, and we can follow them.
I do like the idea of bringing a Goliath. He or she can speak for the Goliaths here.
Well, we should ask Blorma who,
Yes.
whether or not she
She can spare
thinks,
anyone.
Okay.
yeah, and whether or not they feel it's something because they may not be comfortable with it.
Okay, is there anything else you wish to do in the between the meeting? Between breakfast and the meeting? You have
I
about an
Tidy up.
afternoon. Sure.
I nod off.
Okay, long rest.
Just at the table.
Prepare for lunch.
With the slideshow still. So
It's just like it's like
slideshow now shows
foreplay.
what he's dreaming of.
No, it's like the TV still on in the background.
It is controlled by his like mental
No,
faculties.
it's just whatever I think at that point in time.
yeah.
Screensaver.
It's like falling asleep on the plane, and then the thing just keeps
the,
flying.
the tiny donkey is still like making the journey up the mountain, and then it appears back and it goes
So
again,
one of them is that logo going donk, donk, donk.
changing colors.
It's a little grenade.
It ever hits exactly in the corner, it explodes.
Or just sticky grenade.
Hard grenade.
Anything else you wish to do?
Is Jingwei in town or has she?
Not
I'll go
You,
take
you are aware that she occasionally goes out of town
yeah.
to scout, just to make sure that the whole place is. That basically the desert is still safe-ish. Like the berth you're keeping is safe. You know today to be one of those days.
Okay. Then I'll probably take a round walk, get my head in space, and head up
Okay.
to the meeting.
You have a few hours.
Yeah.
Just be aware.
Just
I would probably go and see how Li Ying is settling in, because I know there was some contention
Mhm.
about whether or not she should be allowed to live in the town. And I'm assuming within the past 6 months, you know, she has been
So,
getting to know
Li
people.
Ying in the past 6 months has been sort of. She's settling okay. Like she has her own. She's been training with some of the troops as well, and there's a small like posse around her. She's made friends. But you can tell there's always like something in the back of her mind, still dealing.
If I know that you were going to see Li Ying, I would probably like prepare some like snacks and treats
Oh.
in like a
Ceiling.
I would probably prepare some snacks and treats for you to bring along just for her, like a little care package of like, you know, hope you're settling in well, but also I don't want to show my face.
As you killed her dad.
Awkward.
Awkward.
I'll
Unintentionally.
I'll probably make
Assisted
sure
suicide.
that lunch.
Oh dear.
Sorry?
I'll make sure that lunch is in place.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll take Cai Tao Kueh and then I'll walk towards the statue of the mammoth with the cherry tree. And I'll just lay by it. So I'll think of two things. The first is I'll try to memorize the statue as close as possible, because I know that we're leaving Sunway and Hanja may miss the statue. So that I'll memorize it in detail so that I'll be able to minor illusion it if in the case he wants it. Second thing is, as I'm like laying down under the tree, I'm going to look at Cai Tao Kueh's like hooves and think of a better way for him to like maintain grip as we are going into harsh conditions.
You hear the sound of sipping nearby.
Slurping?
Sipping.
Look over.
You see a very familiar old, wizened man sitting behind in a very comfortable position. Just
I immediately get up and like maintain a respectful position. Like
he just bows.
not over here, and then I'll like keep Cai Tao Kueh. I didn't know that you were here. Sorry. We are leaving Sunway in a few days' time. I just want to thank you for all the help that you've helped with us. And because of you, I was able to impart my knowledge, and hopefully the rest of the people of Sunway will be able to fend themselves better. I'm sorry I'm saying things quite fast because I was a bit startled. I'm a bit
You're
nervous,
sitting next to
yeah.
him, right? I assume.
Yeah. I'll like bow on him, and I'm a bit nervous because he's kind of like an
Okay.
authoritative
He's just
figure.
gonna like put his hand on your head and just like. 小声. And you see him take out a small bag. Passes it to you. Tea leaves.
I say thank you, and I like hold back my tears.
And with that, as all of you spend your afternoon before the big meeting, I think it's a good place to stop for today, guys. Next up, we'll find out what happens in this meeting. Where do you go? What will you do? What will you plan?
Tea break.
Tea break.
Alright, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you guys
Bye.
next round.
Welcome back to season 3. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
Soon, John will be trying to kill us again.
Oh God. Don't give up ideas.
It's only a reprieve. We'll find out what happens.
Enjoy us while we stick around for now.
See y'all. Take care.
Thank you guys.
And great.